listening to The Bob Dean Show, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Bob Dean Show.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've done it from the LA Talk Radio studios in fabulous Tarzana. And Sam, this place is great. Very, very proud, happy to be here with Dennis Olson and Kathy St. George. Yay!
Hey.
Kathy was the co-host for many, many, many months, years here in Los Angeles, and then she decided she was going to move to Palm Beach after COVID. Was it after or before?
Well, it was kind of towards it was during it.
During.
Yeah, and it was a big mistake.
Yeah, you're not happy down there?
Well, it's not that. It's just that wasn't where my bliss was. So I'm still looking.
Well, we want you to come back to Los Angeles, right, Dennis?
Yes.
I actually have had the nicest 2 weeks here and so much fun.
Kathy's here because we're celebrating her birthday month, and she's been staying at the Mosaic Hotel, where my rent-paying job is, with bartender there at 125 South Spalding in Beverly Hills. Come in for a cocktail. I'm there Monday through Saturday nights, and I really love that place, that little place. But Kathy has been staying at the Mosaic in Beverly Hills, a beautiful addition to the groovy little spot, and we've been having a ball.
I mean, it's been like all I have to do is go downstairs, and I'm in a living room almost with all my favorite people and my favorite bartender.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
isn't it? It's really cool, because those that know me, I've been a bartender. It's going on 45 years now, and the 2 years that I took off to get a real job. And when you get a real job means a job with benefits is a job you hate.
That's true.
Yeah, it lasts 2 years. So anyway, 45 effing years
Wow.
behind the bar, and the Mosaic. And this is not a promo for the friggin' Mosaic Hotel. It's a promo for my bar shifts, but because it's a awesome little spot.
It is so much fun. And not only that, but I mean, just the people that come in there, it gets a great crowd. And for those women out there, it's a block and a half from Neiman Marcus. So
seriously, that's why people love it. We're right across the street from one of the most renowned. Thank you. I'm losing my mind. Renowned, prestigious plastic surgery centers in the entire world. One of the guys from Botched have their offices over there. And the point being is that we get this really eclectic mix of people recovering from surgeries, a lot of business people, and a lot of people that, like, when everybody in LA goes to Palm Springs or Santa Barbara or San Diego, or Orange County, they come up here, and it's just, I love it.
I wish I'd known sooner, because that's what I would have got myself for my birthday. I would have gone across the street, and I would have sat all week with bandages on my face with a straw, and you're just feeding me the booze.
You know what, girl? You can just put those bandages on your face and tell everybody you had the surgery, and then when you come out, we'll just put some duct tape. You look great.
Yeah, first.
I'm so happy to have Kathy back with us. We have had some laughs. We went to a birthday dinner at the Formosa.
Yes.
It was a blast.
It actually was supposed to be somewhere else. And I had a really hard day and a lot of appointments. And 4 people ended up with COVID and stuff. And I just sat down on the foot of my bed just to shut my eyes for a second. And I woke up and all my friends were at the restaurant. So they switched all to the Formosa, which was so much fun. And I showed up with no makeup on or anything, my hair in a pony. I didn't even get to get ready, but I ended up having so much fun.
You look great. And if those who were connected on social media, if you've seen that picture, we're getting all these likes. I like getting likes. Like. But yeah, you were beautiful that night. We all were beautiful.
Well, she turned it into a pajama party, so.
I did.
That's advancement.
And Jamie was there, and Lisa, and then Dennis and I. And I just had a ball. And then, well, what else did we do?
We went dancing at the Abbey.
I'm telling you, that's, you know what? That's what I was getting ready to say, is I kept encouraging you to go to bed, but you were having too much fun yapping it up with everybody.
I had a late
thing
start.
I do with this guy. You're like little kids. You can't put you to bed, and you're like this. You're like,
But you know what's funny is I didn't drink a lot. I only had
I know.
half a drink at dinner and half a drink there. That was it.
She's the kind of responsible drinker that I do not need, ladies and gentlemen. My motto is if you have an airbag, have another. And if you're staying in a hotel, drink it up. Ugh.
Well, you know what? I had to. The next night, my girlfriend says, "You can't drink that slow." And I said, "You're right. I haven't really, eaten much." So I had doubles, and that was my first birthday. Birthday buzz was that night.
Well, that's how Dennis drinks too. Like through the course of dinner, you might go through 2 cocktails.
That's it.
I make up for it though. And I'm always the driver. Ha ha. Yep, that's the way it is. We have airbags. And I did a show at the Laugh Factory, Percy Ramajan's Thursday night, Percy and Friends at the Ha Ha
So fun.
Club in North Hollywood. And how was I?
He was fabulous. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I think he was the best.
You can
person
jump in
there.
here at any time.
I
Dennis.
think he
No,
was
not
the
bad,
best
though,
person
so.
there. I talk too much.
No,
Dennis
you
just-
don't. He's just, I told him to jump in with us.
So, but he was the best one there, I
Yeah.
thought. But
Thank you.
I'm not partial or anything.
Well, I just have such a blast with it. And, pre-COVID, I used to do a lot more at the Laugh Factory through Sunda Kroonquist. That's Sunda, Sunda, Kroonquist, Croonquist. The most fabulous Puerto Rican-looking black Jew in all of Beverly Hills. And she has the LA School of Comedy at 7835 Santa Monica Boulevard in beautiful Persian Westwood.
Mhm.
And
I've driven up on that curb. I think right in front of.
yeah,
that place.
well, you drove up on the curb around the corner where the massage parlor parking used to be. But anyway, that's where the Bob Dean Show originated too. Was at Sunda's School of Comedy there. And what was the point?
Well, we were just talking about that you.
through Sunda. Sunda was
Sunda.
the headliner at the Laugh Factory for many years on Saturday night.
Yes.
And through her, I was able to do showcases like on Sundays at the Laugh Factory, the world famous Laugh Factory in Hollywood, California, which also led to doing gigs at the Comedy Store and the Ha Ha and I was just and it's just for fun. I mean, I'm a decent comic, huh?
I think you're getting better and better.
I think so too. At least I'm learning.
I'm not
to-
getting the hook out anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm putting on so much weight again that it wouldn't fit. But my issue used to be not speaking into the microphone. And I think I'm getting a lot better at that, right?
As I'm speaking into the microphone,
Well,
yes.
no, yeah, because on stage I would just be moving my head around and I'd be like a foot away from it. And I could hear myself talking.
Mhm.
That's the best sound in the world, listening to myself talk. But yeah, so my act is getting stronger with it's not my material. I personally think is pretty damn good.
I think so too.
It makes people laugh. It's my presentation to where my presentation's good too.
And we got to see a little nudity in this last one too.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. But it's also fun to
Art
see
by
how place.
Dennis Olson, Reggie Mental over here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna carve Percy's name into my back hair with
Oh, trust
trim
me.
it.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. My hair is getting so gray on my back because, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never
There wasn't enough contrast. So
There
we had to
wasn't
go
enough
with the marker.
thank you. If you think you've seen a hairy back, forget it. So you've seen mine. One of these days, I'll take off my shirt here at the Bob Dean Show.
I have actually a picture of a bear that I just took a picture of in Connecticut, and I think he beat it. I think Bob beat it.
Thank you. First of all, let me say this is a Dennis. His talent for art. He wrote "Harry Birthday Percy," not Happy Harry, and it was
Okay.
fabulous on my back. And right when they give you the light and you have to wrap it up, that's when I said to the audience, "Let's all sing
Let's all sing along.
his Harry birthday, not happy, but Harry." And as they sang "Harry Birthday to you," Harry, I slowly disrobed it and I turned around and it got a big old laugh.
I did, and I was shocked. I didn't know it was coming.
Shocker, wasn't it?
Yeah, I liked
Let me
it.
tell you what, on that Carnival cruise, our friend Hans took a bunch of us from South Beach. Gosh, it's been pre-COVID, right before. And we stayed on the Queen Mary that one night, and then we went on the 4-day cruise to Ensenada, and Ensenada sucked. But the cruise was great.
I think-
I entered the Harry's Back contest, and when I went up, like 5 people just dropped out. They were like, "Forget it."
Oh my
And I won.
god! Oh my god!
Yeah. So that was always fun. And, So,
Plus, I like that show too. It has a little drag in it, which I'm a big fan of drag shows. So I like the mix of the comedy and the drag.
well, Percy is such an accomplished and funny guy.
He
He's
is.
really
and
funny.
and Cake Moss. Shout out to Cake Moss. She is the MC, or she is fucking hilarious, man.
I also love what's it? The Cat in the Hat. What was that?
The
What's
Cat in
she
the Hat?
called?
That Cat in the Hat.
Cat. Oh, she's so cute.
hmm
Really cute. Yeah.
we took pictures together.
She almost took Bob down. She was so dramatic.
Really? Drag and who's
I'm
dramatic?
just joking.
Well, help me to understand the joke, because I
Okay,
can
I'll
never
tell
tell
you
because
later.
you look like you're.
I meant there's no competition, but
Oh, between me and the Cat in the Hat.
right.
Well, when I do drag.
No.
Yeah, I don't. You better not.
Oh, I did that. I see this. I forgot to put it in the act. I did do drag once. In 1981, when I was 19 years old, and my girlfriend Barbara. Yes, I had a girlfriend.
Is that the one where you look like my grandma with a rolling pin and a?
No. That was at the Forber Mirror, a restaurant owned by Colleen and Michael DeGregory in the 12th South District of Nashville. The Mirror Restaurant and Trim Hair Salon were the two businesses, and KDK Fashion were the businesses that brought life back to 12th Avenue South, which is now the biggest hipster parade of. Don't even get me started on Nashville. I can, for all my
He
friends.
hates change.
I hate change is inevitable, and I do hate change, but it's ridiculous.
I know everybody's
Nashville
moving.
is ruined, and in my opinion, and the people that if I hear every damn day, and at work, or even when I'm out, because Beverly Hills, Santa Monica is our stomping ground, and it's like this. Oh my God. I just went to Nashville. It was so much fun. We had so much fun. I'm moving there. Nashville is great. Oh my God, I love Nashville too. I was there, and the people are, like, I hate the word guests, but in a hotel it works. In a restaurant, or shopping, or a department store, you're not a guest. A guest is someone you have in your home. You're a customer. I want to be a customer,
Mm.
unless you're in the hotel, because you are truly
Yes.
a guest. But the guests are like, well, where are you from? And I'm like, Nashville, Tennessee. And there they go. Oh my God, I love Nashville. We had so much fun. Lower Broadway was so much fun. And I'm like, you mean where all the young girls and boys are throwing up everywhere, worse than they even do in New Orleans? And they're like, yeah.
See, I like New Orleans because I like more barf. So.
Well, it's, what do you call it? The residual spray.
I mean, there goes the neighborhood. I'll ruin New Orleans.
That'd be a great name for a band, Residual Spray.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so anyway, we're not going to go on and on about Nashville, but where was I going with that? Comedy. Run it back.
Okay.
Well,
I do know that you're talking about a cruise. You're on a cruise.
yeah. Oh my God.
You were on a cruise and it was fun.
It was fun. I won the Harris
and
Back
you went to,
contest.
you had the Harris
It's not
bag.
it sucked in general. Oh, this is a great story from the cruise. I made great friends with the bartender on the pool deck. And listen, I don't mean to be nasty, but every child, it was a family cruise as well. Every child on that boat was, and people that live in glass trailers shouldn't throw no deposit bottles, but every child on that cruise was huge. And I just thought,
It wasn't the Jenny Craig.
no,
cruise,
it
was
was not. It wasn't, huh?
No diabito.
No diabetes. That's on Family Guy. The little boy he's heavy set. And he goes, Mama, may I have a cookie? She goes, no diabetes.
Oh, I think I see that.
Diabetes. But anyway, so this one afternoon, I think we were coming out of Catalina that day, and I was pretty hammered, and go into the men's room, and there's 2 urinals and a stall. And as I'm entering, there's this, I'd say maybe 30-something-year-old Asian man, and he's squatted down with his son in front of him. And as I'm walking by, I hear the dad go, are you sure you're going to be okay? And the little kid goes, yes, Dad, I'm going to be fine, meaning he's teaching his boy how to go to the John by himself.
Yes.
So he's like, okay, I'll be right out here. So I as I said, I was walking in, and I proceeded to start doing what I was doing. And all of a sudden, I hear the screaming on, help me, somebody help me. And I turn around like this, And the guy in the stall opens the door, and the little kid couldn't get his drawstring open.
Oh,
And he's like, and he obviously had to be, but he's pulling his drawstring, going, "Help me, help me!"
I've actually
And I
had
look
that
at the guy, and the
happen.
guy looks at me, and I go, "Hell no!" I said, "I'm not touching that."
Oh no, you can't.
Of course
You
not.
can't.
So
Sorry.
I
You're on
ran
your
and I
own.
opened up the door, and I'm like, "Little Asian kid's dad, little Asian kid's dad." And the dad came running. I'm like, "He's fine." He came in, and we all laughed about it.
Oh my God.
I had
poor
this
little
kid
thing.
at Phases in Nashville. The men's it was an old house, in the men's room that they had. There was not a partition between the two urinals, and of course, I used to get hammered a lot. I cannot believe I'm not dead or in a 12-step program. But I was in there one night, and I go in, and I'm taking a whiz, and all of a sudden, this little kid, like 7 or 8 years old, he comes up and he just stands right next to me, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like.
Same thing you are.
I'm in the bathroom, kid. And he's like, "Are you here by yourself or with friends?" And the whole thing, it just happened in my head. I'm thinking, somebody's going to walk in the door and see this child within a foot of me with my wang hanging out. So I was like, "Go away, kid. You bother me."
I mean, but at least he was a good conversationalist already.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, baby Phil Donahue.
I mean, for someone to be comfortable while they're standing next to someone with their privates in their
So,
hands.
what are you doing?
Well, I didn't want to be that would be canceled before it even became a thing. I remember what it was I was going to bring up. It was doing in the act about it was something homosexual related.
No.
Yeah, it was one of the stories. It was talking about some of the things that happened to me in Fort Lauderdale when I had no idea what the subculture of gay being. Oh yeah, it was the story about the leather bar. My first, I back when I was like 26, 27 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, I was in the closet, and certain people.
It was a big closet.
It was a big closet, but I was young and thin and tan. I looked pretty damn good. I'll bring a
Oh.
picture sometime. And just like this
I
one here,
saw
man, we
pictures of
both
you
were
down
so stinking hot when we were young. Not that you're not hot right now, buddy. But man, have you ever seen those pictures of Dennis?
Oh, yeah.
Woof.
And I saw yours too.
And when I was looking at him,
And
I
you
go,
all saw mine.
the whole world is the Keith Garston, sweet Kathy St. George.
Yeah.
But I was seeing this dude. He was a very handsome Italian guy. He was like a soprano with the Miami Opera or something like that at the time. And we did not consummate our relationship. We went out like 4 times. And this one afternoon, the phone rings. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm nothing. I'm off today." And he goes, "Well, I belong to this little club that meets in, at the Who, whatever bar in Fort Lauderdale. You want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And he goes, "Do you own anything leather?" And I go, "Well, I got a leather jacket, but it's like July in Fort Lauderdale." And he says, "Well, he laughed. He goes, "Jeans and boots will be fine." I'm like, "Okay, I'll meet you there." So I get in my groovy little convertible and I drive to this a little like a dive bar,
Mhm.
the dive bar for homos. And but it was cool. I get it, and the place is packed. It's like a Tuesday afternoon. It's elbow to elbow packed, and everybody is in leather, chaps and hats and vests and all that. And I was like, "Wow!" I'm looking around like, "What?" I wasn't impressed or either way,
Yeah.
excited or not. I was like, "Wow, this is weird." So I make my way up to the bar and I order a beer. And after I take the first sip of beer, this voice goes, "Hi." And I look to the left and the 2 guys are talking. "Hey, how you doing?" I look to the right, the 2 guys are talking. The voice goes, "Down here." And I look and it's a little person, can't say midget no more, in full leather. Little leather hat, little leather chaps and all that. And I go, "Hey guy, how's it going?" And so I'm looking, I'm wearing boots. So he's like way down there. And we're making small talk for about a minute and blah, blah, blah. And I go, "Why is everybody all decked out in leather?" And he goes, "Oh, it's FFA night." And I scratched my head and I went,
What's that?
"Future Farmers of America?" And he goes, "No, Fist Effing Association." And I went, "Bye." And I slammed my beer down. I went, "Bye." And I just took off.
I walked in some of those. I had a friend that was manager at a restaurant by my old apartment when I lived in Little Italy. And he took me to a couple places and I walked in and it was like, no, 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 no.
Uh-huh. Tanae Hill. Hey, Tanae, she's moved back to Vegas. But she was one of the
Everybody's
first.
going to Vegas.
Well, she's from there. She was one of the first people that I met in a comedy class with Diane Nichols. and it was in Burbank, and it was like out past Circus Liquors. You know, in the movie Clueless, the big clown,
Mm-hmm.
which we have some great pictures taken out of there. It's right down the street from there, and it was like a 2-story office building, and across the street, I'm sitting in class, you know, gazing out, and I knew it was some kind of bar because it was like a little industrial area, and it just said Bullet Bar. And I said to Tanae, I'm like, hey, you want to go get a drink after class? And she's like, yeah, cool. So we walk across the street. You open the door, and to the door, there's like this giant, like almost as big as a drive-in theater projection screen, and it's this hardcore,
Oh, wow.
gay film. And I go, oh my God. And I said to Tanae, I'm like, I said, oh my God. Oh, San Francisco. She's from Frisco. I said, I'm so embarrassed today. Do you want to leave? And she goes, hell no, I'm from Frisco. I've seen it all.
Actually, believe it or not, a lot of women that I know, they love that. I mean, that's,
What, gay bars or gay porn?
well, gay porn. So it's like, we're just tired of looking at women. We just want to see as much penis as possible. So I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Cuts to the chase.
I have this joke where not joke, but I just fun to mumble. I'm like, I only tell people I'm queer so that women think they're safe. And that's what I did this on South Beach. These guys are like, oh, I'm not having any luck. I'm like, you know what you need to do is you need to go cruise a gay bar. And they're like, what? No way. And I'm like, just be yourself, act all big and strong like you are, but be timid. I said, because lots of women go into those bars because they don't want to be hassled when they're out with usually it's like, there'll be girls together because they don't want to be hassled when they're having their girls' night out or whatever. And I said, and I respectfully to ladies, but it's just, true. They get a couple drinks in them, and you got to play that sad sack like, oh, I've never slept with a woman before. And then they'd be like, well, let me show you. You want me to show you? Maybe I can turn you. Well,
The woman
okay,
that
I'll give it a
thinks
try.
the woman that thinks that is an idiot.
Or you know what I tell people too? They're like, I'm revealing all my bartending secrets. It's pretty good because I'm going to drop dead in the next 10 years anyway. Toy. Thank you.
I was going to say if I don't kill him first.
If you don't, right? Want you that both of you plotting together, like regulars at Beverly Hills bars. They're like, I'm not having any luck, blah blah blah, and this is true. I'm like, you know what you need to do? You need to go to the airport bars, like the Hilton, and the Hyatt, and that sort of thing. And I said, put on some nice clothes and just tell everybody you're from Sweden or something, and sit there and cruise those bars. You can be anybody you want to be. Because people are in and out of those places. I'm sure not everybody, but somebody's there looking for the same thing you are. Why not?
I know.
Wear a condom.
I used to stay in this. It was what are those? Where European people say it's a
Bathhouse.
No. It's like a hotel, but hostel. This friend of mine's boyfriend had a hostel right on Melrose. So I was between. I told you I was staying in hotels a lot. So I got them to give me a room for $45 a night with my own bathroom and everything. But I had to pretend that I was from Europe, and so I was like going, da. Food for $4 and then $45.
If it goes in here.
Yeah, da.
Yeah, that's pretty sharp. You've had such an interesting life. Miss August of 1983. And still smoke hot, but the stories that you tell about your adventures and your excitement and rubbing elbows and bond
and other things,
rubbing elbows and other things. That
Who
also
used to be your boyfriend and
and the friendships that you've made and all that. And you it's just funny how it just rolls off the cuff. And then we're all like, "You dated who?" And you're like, "Yeah, well," or "You were with."
Especially when you date them, when later on they become a little notorious, and then you go, well, no, I dated him when he was 23. Trust me. It was like, you're defending yourself.
And like when he was a good boy, and then I'm like, what did you corrupt?
I was enabling. Do I was going to tell you, I went to Neiman Marcus to pick up some things, and I had on this long little dress, and this is when I had Maybelline with me, and we went down the escalator, and right when I got to the bottom, my dress went into the escalator.
Oh my God.
And it was pulling my dress off. Like there was no there was no bra or anything. It's pulling my, and they're not able to stop it. And I'm holding onto my dress, and I got my dog in my dress, and I'm going, welcome to cosmetics. Welcome to cosmetics as the people are going by in the elevator. Welcome. And finally, they've got it out. I had to cut my dress off. And they said, is there anything we could do for you? And I said, a martini. I'll take the martini in that bar right
And a
there.
couple of $1,000 worth of merchandise.
I know. You know
just let
what?
it suck you down and fall down and be like, oh.
Well, I just am glad that nothing would, because those things would suck that thing all the way down, you know.
Speaking
And
of-
then they have to pay me the big bucks.
well, they're tearing that building down.
Now they'll suck your panties right off.
Neiman
huh?
Marcus?
Neiman Marcus is moving in that gorgeous old
But I
building.
was going to have my ashes dumped there.
No, you'll just have to do it at the more mall-esque Neiman's
Oh, no,
or
no, no.
whatever.
Never.
But that building on Wilshire is really beautiful.
Oh, I'm-
Script and everything.
Oh, no, they've changed a lot. They've feng shuied it really badly. They've moved things around. And I went and I didn't recognize it. You know, it's just kind of sad. I don't
Well,
like things changing.
I haven't
either.
been in a needless markup in 40 years.
I never go in Florida.
I got thrown out of the Neiman Marcus in the Galleria Mall in Fort Lauderdale.
I
No,
can't
see-
imagine why.
Well, because I was a lot more mobile at the time, and me and some friends had been out to day drink, which I loved, especially back then. And I just happened to walk by there was a display of fur coats, full length furs,
Oh no.
and I climbed up and I got into the fur coat and just like that my head was next to the mannequin's head, but I wasn't moved. I was just like this.
Oh my God.
And then people would walk by and they'd be like glancing, is that? And then I go, what? And then
Well, I happen to do a lot of day drinking at Neiman's. I think it helps me pick clothes out.
sure.
And plus a bartender that used to be my neighbor works there. So
And what's his name?
Hunter,
Hunter?
yeah, you may have met him. But anyway, so he works there. So I stopped by there. It's always a nice way to, you don't really end the day because it closes at 5 or 5:30. So you still have 2 more hours. That's why they do it, because they want you to get a little lit and then you go do it, you know.
What's that Italian store that's just down from Neiman's? It's like 2 stories. And,
Fiorucci's?
No. That's not Italian.
no, but
Oh, well, maybe, but that was.
it's
no.
I did it was some sort of benefit thing that they did there.
Etro?
That's it.
Etro.
And this is pre-COVID. It's so easy now to reference pre-COVID and saying a long time ago. And somebody had asked me if I would, volunteer my time, and I'm like, yeah. So I was working at this little bar in the back, and it was right there in the showroom. And so I turn around and I'm looking at these sweaters behind me in the men's department, and no, there were t-shirts and sweaters, and the sweaters were like really
So
like,
expensive.
like $700 for a t-shirt. And I started laughing. I was like, come on, man, this is a joke. Where's the camera?
I did makeup for them, and they gave me a beautiful bag for a fashion show they did, and they let me pick out a tie for my father. And it's so cute because my father loves thrift stores, and he loved banana pants and coats back then. So I got a tie that would go with that. The tie was like $300, and his coat was 50 cents. And he goes, I love this. It matches my coat. So great.
See, and we love thrift stores, man.
Mhm.
And I get
I love Fiorucci when he brought that up. It brought back memories.
Costa, Gucci,
Fiorucci.
He's what dressed to kill. I wonder why. He's the
Greatest dancer. Oh, I just put that out. It's Studio 54 Radio. They called me to get 6 of my favorite songs so they could say Kathy St. George. And so I'm sitting there writing my favorite disco songs and stuff, you know.
Kathy was at Studio 54 when it was the game.
Yes, it was. And that's another thing I lived through. So
Was there
Yeah.
anything like any certain particular night that you had so much fun that there's always an incident? Like incident meaning.
well, I
whether
had
it's
a
good-
party there. I've had 2 parties, but one was for my centerfold. So it like everybody came. I mean, it was a wonderful crowd, and Tony Danza was there, and even his family came, and all. And they had these pictures float down of me and everything. But another night, I did a fundraiser for Wales with Walter Becker from Steely Dan,
Yeah.
and I went to the theater first with Liza Minnelli and all these people. And my friend set it all up for me. He's like, that was the best, like, you could say, I'm having a party. Get me great people at my table. And Dodi El Fayed ended up being my date. Picked me up, and when I got to the place, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, everybody was at my table. And then afterwards we went to an after hours bar and did some really bad stuff.
Dodi Fayed,
love
Princess Diana's faithful knight. Was he a nice guy? I mean,
One of the nicest people.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. And he was a good friend. He introduced me to a lot of people who he introduced me to Richard Donner and all these people because he knew them all, and they all treated me with such respect as a friend. You know, Richard would go, "What are you doing? You want to come and watch TV? I'm gonna smoke a little weed." I'll go, "Okay, I'll go watch TV with you." They never hit on me. They met me through Dodi. They were always so nice to me, and he was a lovely man.
that was such a
Breaks
terrible
my heart.
thing,
Breaks my heart.
you know, because you've had tons of paparazzi snapping you over the years, I'm sure. And twice I've been involved in it. And the first time was when I had just moved to Beverly Hills. Well, I don't live in Beverly Hills, Santa Monica. Well, you can walk to where OJ killed Nicole from our place.
We went there.
I know,
We
that's
went
right.
to
We
the-
did. When we went to this Brentwood
the little
yeah.
flea market or
Yeah,
whatever it was. Farmer's market.
farmer's market.
Mhm.
But what was I just going to say? I'm losing my mind.
You were talking about, okay,
There's just so many directions I want to go on the Bob Dean Show.
I know.
We were talking about
Things that have weird things that have happened.
things that make you go,
Things.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Ow.
ladies and gentlemen. And
But we went into, and we were going to Brentwood. Okay. There's so many places you can walk around and see things.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was something.
and
that you
it was about
Oh,
paparazzi.
paparazzi. Thank you. The first time was when Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie were doing that show, The Simple
Oh,
Life.
right.
And I had just gotten a job at La Scala, and these people, like especially the Kardashians, they used to hang out forever and wait. They'd call the paparazzi, and sometimes the paparazzi wouldn't show for an hour, 2 hours, and it was when the tall one was dating the Lamar,
Yeah.
whatever, the ball player, and
Chloe.
yeah, Chloe.
She was really mean to me once on the show.
Well, she's adopted anyway. No, I'm not kidding.
I don't think she's adopted, but I
That was-
think there's somebody that was sneaking in somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, so there was she and
But she's pretty.
I'm sure, yeah. She's all right
Well,
But-
they're all prettier now because they
with the giant butt. Oh my God! Don't let me lose track of where I
But
was.
the
with
Hilton-
the giant
Hilton.
butt thing. Oh yeah. So Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton were in there for lunch, and let's go. And between lunch and dinner, it was dead. Well, they were sitting there in this booth, and there was one of those square Mercedes SUV things across the street in the valet in front of Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
And she's on the phone going, "Are they here yet? Are they here yet?
Oh
Are
God.
they here yet?" Which I've also heard the Kardashians do, and their mother, who's and Justin Bieber. I saw Justin.
My
Bieber
friend's a
knock over-
publicist. Believe me, she has to deal with this stuff all the time.
Right.
calling people.
And so the whole point about it is finally when the paparazzi, she's like, she closes her little flip phone. It was 20 years ago, and she goes, "Oh, they're here finally." So they walk out, and it's like snap, 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 and so they're like, "Leave us alone," with their little purse like this. Well, I don't know what possessed me, but I just walked out the door right behind him, and I was jumping up and down as high as I could and waving my arms, and I thought the headline on the Inquirer would be, because she was so skinny that back then, and I enraged waiter yells, "Eat something!" But then the second time was with Rocky Carroll from NCIS, who was a guest
Love
on the
him.
Bob Dean Show. He is the nicest guy, and his lovely wife and daughter. And he said, "Let's go for a drink." So we went to Craig's after the show, and he was driving a very nice Porsche. I have this little Chrysler convertible that makes me look like I'm somebody important. So we pull up to the valet, and we get out, and this was at night, and those now I understand why celebrities, especially with kids, will punch these guys,
Mhm.
because it's all of a sudden it's terror. It's like, and so Mr. Carroll, he's just tipped in his ball cat and smiling and being very humble. On the other hand, I'm right behind him, and I'm jumping up and down as high as I could go, flailing my arms. And he turned around, he started laughing, he just kept walking, and this paparazzi guy goes, who are you? And I'm like, I'm nobody.
I have to tell you, Craig's is one of
And
the
loving it.
Loving it.
one of the few places that they will literally, who are you? And if they'll just walk away. They treat you like shit. And back in the day, Bar One and all that, I would walk out and have conversations with them, and they were so nice to me always. And if they had a bad picture, they wouldn't put it in because I'd say, and they were so nice, and they've gotten so snooty now.
Snooty, I love
They're
it.
snooty.
Well, I haven't been in Craig since Cindy Bell. Cindy Bell, we love you.
I know.
Please
told-
come back.
Please come home. Cindy moved to Nashville. She's one of the few people that did not find it titillating, and because she's the coolest chick in the whole wide world.
I know. I'm
mean,
gonna have to. Maybe I'll find a place for her to come with me.
serious. I mean,
I love her.
She's the best.
She's awesome.
And we had so much fun going to Craig's to see her. And then,
Yeah, because that's what made it fun.
that's the only reason why I went in. And Craig's a great guy, and
I
I'm
do too.
happy for
He
his
is,
success and all that. Craig's is a restaurant in West Hollywood that it's a celebrity hangout, and the food's great and all that. But Craig, the owner, he's a great guy, and he deserves kudos because he went
Mhm.
from being the maitre d' at Dan Tana's to this. And and then Tommy.
And
Salvatore,
Tommy, yeah, I feel bad because
I feel bad.
was he not nice to work for or anything? Or
No.
what? No. I love Christian.
Christian, oh
That was
my God.
favorite. I call him the
Christian,
Nazi
The Nazi, I
Because-
love.
because he's always so stern.
It's seriously when these people like Cindy and because I would go meet Cindy Bell and we would go to Dan Tana's
Yes.
to see Raffi and Christian.
I love Christian, and he always let my
Sorry.
dog come in
Thank you.
and hide her.
Yeah, but it's just no fun. It's just it's no fun.
I didn't want to go to Craig's this time. I would have I think I'd still like to go by Dan Tana's maybe. For a
Well,
bit,
see, and I would too, but we should go. Maybe we'll go today.
Yeah.
We could.
because I miss that. I miss because I had my birthday there. Remember in 2020, and
Well, we had my birthday. You and Catherine Lanham and Dennis.
Yeah.
You guys took
yes,
me
and
for
I
my
got
birthday. It was after pre-COVID. Was it after?
no, because I flew in. It was after because I flew in.
Yeah, it was.
like
It
March-
was my first birthday
was March.
post-COVID.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I always had so much fun with
20
you.
yeah.
And Catherine Lynn, she's a blast too.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a little. No, I'm trying to get that old Kathy back. Yeah. I think I gotta get away from West Palm Beach and
I'll
get
get
back.
you a bottle
Get
of
back to
Vibrant.
where I can, kind of be me.
You were
Yeah.
so stressed when you walked in the door of the hotel. What you had like a 4-hour delay or
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Oh, and Denzel, your good friend who picked you up at the airport. Kudos to Denzel. He's a real nice guy, and we met his lovely girlfriend.
And he's an amazing physical therapist. That's how I met him way back when I had my boo back.
Boo-boo
so-
back. Baby got boo boo back.
Yeah.
And his lovely girlfriend. They came
Mhm.
to the show last Thursday. Yay.
Yeah. It was.
But the whole point about that is when he walked in, he was just grinning because you were like goo goo, like where am I?
I swear, all I wanted to
standing
do-
in the lobby.
all I wanted to do is get there. And plus, I had 3 vaccinations the day before, so I was feeling really off, And then to miss the plane, like 20 people missed it, and it's still parked there, and they won't let us on with all those people. I mean,
Is that what happened?
yes, we took off 15 minutes late and ran. I don't know if you've been to Charlotte Airport,
Oh yeah.
but it's like it's running a marathon to get from one. They have the planes so far apart, and
Mhm.
so we all got there and we were like sweating, and they go, "No, we can't." And I
That's
went.
baloney.
So 3 hours sitting at that airport,
Mm.
but I went and bought a ring. It was really cool.
And you couldn't
I
have
got
a
bored
cigarette.
at the airport and bought myself a ring.
Well, hold your hand steady so we can all take a look.
No
Ooh.
smoking.
And it matches my beautiful Alexander McQueen bracelets that I couldn't find anything to match. And I got it at the airport.
I
There you
think
go.
That one band would go great with my liver spots.
Oh, you know what? I am gonna get liver. I don't have liver spots.
That's
You know why? I think my liver's dead. I really do. I mean,
You
I had
think it's gay?
I had a physical.
Did you say gay or
Dead.
dead? Oh, okay.
I said I went and had a
We'll take
physical.
it to the
I went
scabby.
and had a physical, and I said I've had trouble with my gallbladder in the past. They go, your gallbladder and your liver seems fine. I go, you're talking to me, right? You're talking to me? I knew I had to get another doctor.
You know what? Same thing my doctor said to me last year. I had full physical, and he goes, and he's shaking his head. I've been going to see him, the same GP for years. And
You still get a sucker? Little Tootsie Pop when you got?
as a matter of fact, I do. There's a big old bowl of Dum
Except they're
Dums.
bigger now.
There's a big old bowl of Dum Dums, the kind that crack your teeth. You know.
I like them anyway.
Oh, I know.
Why would a dentist have that in his office? I mean,
Well,
they can
because-
fry you there in the
But
first place.
This
Sugar.
is my GP.
So they can talk, so they can convince
yeah,
you
so-
to have
so
a
I can come in.
gynecological visit.
All right.
Okay. Gynecological visit. Great name
Sucker.
for a band.
Sucker.
My doctor says to me, the results. He goes, "This is crazy," and I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You know, you drink and you smoke, and you're a little overweight. You know, because he's always on me about pre-diabetic. And he goes, but your friggin' body functions parts are great. He said, you know, your heart, your lungs, your liver, your spleen, whatever, and your thing down here.
Reproductive organs.
No.
Penis.
No, your bladder, urinary tract, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. He said everything is like great. You got like all these parts, and that he's like a 40-year-old. I love that. That is. He's like, how many did this? I'm like, dude, we're not 50 anymore. Let's hire somebody to move it. But yeah, and he was like, this is, and when they take my blood pressure, they always have to take it twice because
Why?
it's so low.
Oh, mine's low too.
Mhm.
Very low. One time my father took it because he loves to buy things at the flea market that are doctor's things like checking blood. And he does my blood pressure and goes, you're dead.
What's your dad's name?
Joseph.
Joe.
Joseph Santo Giorgio.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about your dad in the thrift stores. Love thrift stores. Love them.
Oh,
Nice
God.
clothes, and they just stay in dry cleaning bags. And actually, this is the first new shirt that I borrowed that I've worn a long time that I borrowed from Dennis. Can I borrow the shirt, by the way? I forgot that. But thrift stores are great. When you took us to that Studio 54 party in Hollywood,
Oh, that's right.
West Hollywood, and it was really cool because you had to enter through this glamorous restaurant, but you had to go through the kitchen.
Kitchen. I thought that was
Yeah,
wild.
it was a really good, nice touch. Well, I got more. I got like 3 compliments. One of them from a mutual friend of ours who their taste is so they think. But at any rate, they were, it was like, you look really sharp. I looked swank, and I wanted to go, thank you. I don't think anything. But this whole ensemble cost me less than $22.
I'm telling you, isn't that fun?
It's so much fun to just get a really good find. We went to this damn one.
Imagine the savings.
Imagine the savings. The one in Palm Desert, we
Drives like a
5
dream.
minutes. It drives. That was the shopping carts of the 99-cent store. I said, and then we make a lot of videos. You can look at some of my videos on bobthesurlycomic.com. But we went to this thrift store in Palm Desert where our buddy Derek lives and bought a house and all this stuff. Man,
They probably have nice
we
ones.
cleaned up. I'm serious. I got these two-tone wingtip. They look like
Gangster shoes.
gangster shoes, for like $10, and they're stinking brand new.
I
And
mean, you have wealthier people taking their
I got-
clothes in that.
My very hat that fell on the floor got it there, but they had really great stuff. But we left there. with-
Teeter.
Uh,
The new one with the handle.
Their teeter that was $50 is better than the one that I have. We
Yeah.
Oh,
have.
I mean, I used to
Teeter's
take my
great product,
used
though.
clothing, really good stuff, like,
Halston, Gucci,
Yeah.
Fiorucci.
I mean, expensive as hell stuff. And I took it in they sell it. And it was a store on Melrose, very popular. And they ended up selling all my stuff and leaving town with my money.
Oh, you had Steinman.
I even had a suit that Bernie Taupin wore.
Oh,
And
Are you kidding?
they left town with the money.
They got out away with it.
And,
Well-
they got a lot of people's clothes.
Tell us the name of this place.
Well, it's not there anymore
I
because
know.
What was the
obviously.
name of it?
But I mean, Jacqueline Smith took her stuff.
She's really nice.
I
too.
know.
Mhm.
Originally, I can't remember. It was owned by Sonny Bono's wife, originally Susie, and then I guess she sold it to a guy, but I didn't know. So, But I mean, it was beautiful clothes, and it was really sad.
I had my roommate on South Beach. Her name was Case Armstrong, and I don't know what she's doing today. We've lost touch. And I'm sure. We're Facebook friends. I'm sure she's doing okay. But she was a Vogue cover model 3 times. She was discovered by Wilhelmina when she was 16 years old. She's from Ohio. She went to visit her sister in Manhattan. First day she was there, walking down the street.
That's how it happens. man.
Yeah. And they whisked her off to Milano. She was there for several years, and then she just decided, she was over, and remember, I was like 32, so she was 22. She was gorgeous. She would roll out of bed and put her hair in a ponytail, and you'd be like,
I hate people like that.
oh my God. Well, but the thing about it is she's the one
I roll out of bed onto the floor.
she's the one that turned me on to thrift stores, because all the ones on South Beach, all the fabulous retro boutiques,
Mhm.
they would go to these places up in Lauderdale that was like, piles of clothes. And she would just be like this. She literally would have a cart behind her, and she wouldn't even look. She'd go like, and toss it. She'd glance, toss, glance, toss, glance, toss.
Oh wow.
And then we'd get home, and she'd go, let me see what I got. And she just had like that quick eye.
Mhm.
We have 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, so Kathy, we love you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to get Kathy back
We're
on.
just getting the good stuff of shopping and everything.
Yeah,
we
well,
gotta
we want to
quit.
thank Sam Hazen, the man of LA Talk Radio.
Thank you,
He's
Sam.
a great guy. Thank you,
Thank
Sam.
God there's someone to control us.
And we're late getting here. At any rate, thank you, and we love you, Kathy. Happy birthday month,
Happy
Dennis.
birthday.
Nice to see
Happy
you.
birthday.
105, 106 big gifts this birthday. I'll give you the address.
The man who looks like Frank. If Frank Zappa and Frankenstein had a baby,
Lou Reed.
Lou Reed. Anyway, thank you guys
Lou
very
Reed.
much.
I look
Thank
like
you,
Frank
Kathy.
Zappa?
I screwed up. Thank you guys very much.
Actually,
Watch us
Frank Zappa
again.
was cute,
Bob Dean Show.
but Lou Reed was cute.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
You're listening to The Bob Dean Show, only on LA Talk Radio.